Synapse and types of synapse. That is the next part of lesson. A synapse is a junction between two nerve cells with a minute gap in between them, which allows transmission of impulse by a neurotransmitter bridge. That is, a synapse is a functional gap between two successive neurons. The impulses are transmitted through the neurons by a neurotransmitter bridge. A synaptic complex shows presynaptic terminal, synaptic cleft, and a postsynaptic terminal. The three major components of a synaptic complex are presynaptic terminal, synaptic cleft, and a postsynaptic terminal. That is, it has got a presynaptic terminal, a postsynaptic terminal, and in between a synaptic cleft. These are the three major components of a synaptic complex. This is the presynaptic terminal, this one is the post, and this is the synaptic cleft. Like that, three components are there. There are two types of synapse. One, electric synapse. In this type of synapse, the gap between neighboring neuron is very narrow. The synapse between such a closed neuron is mechanical. The electrical conductive link is formed between pre and postsynaptic neurons. At the gap junction, the two cells are within almost 3.8 nanometer distance of each other. That is, the presynaptic and the postsynaptic terminal are so close to each other. The connection between them is mechanical. The transmission across the gap is faster, but depends on the connection located at the gap junction between the two neurons. The transmission of impulses is comparatively faster. Electrical synapses are found in those places of the body requiring fastest response, as in the defense reflexes. Defense reflexes are in need of fast responses. So generally in those places an electrical synapse is found. They are bidirectional, allowing transmission in either direction, or sometimes they may be unidirectional. Chemical synapse. These are specialized junctions through which cells of the neural system and chemical signal to other neurons and non-neural cells such as glands and muscles. Chemical synapses are present between two adjacent neurons, as well as a neuron and a non-neural organ such as glands and muscles. The synaptic gap is between 20 to 40 nanometer. The gap between two successive neurons in a chemical synapse is wider. The three components of a chemical synapse are presynaptic terminal, synaptic cleft, and a postsynaptic terminal. The presynaptic terminal, generally an axon terminal, shows vesicles filled with a neurotransmitter like acetylcholine. The presynaptic terminal shows docking proteins for synaptic vesicles. This is the presynaptic terminal. It has got a presynaptic terminal, the postsynaptic terminal, and of course the synaptic cleft. The presynaptic terminal has got vesicles. The vesicles contain neurotransmitters. The vesicles contains neurotransmitters, as well as the presynaptic terminal has got docking proteins. On the docking protein, the vesicles can dock. The postsynaptic terminal shows specific receptors. This is the postsynaptic terminal showing specific receptors. When an impulse reaches at the presynaptic terminal, voltage sensitive calcium ion channels open and calcium ion diffuses inward into the extracellular fluid. Due to this, the vesicles with the neurotransmitters docks on the docking protein on presynaptic membrane. That is, we have the presynaptic terminal, the postsynaptic terminal, the docking proteins, the vesicles docks on them. Then they will break and releases the neurotransmitters into the synaptic cleft. The postsynaptic terminal has got receptors. These are receptors. The receptor receives the neurotransmitters. The docked vesicles releases neurotransmitters into the synaptic cleft by exocytosis. Once the neurotransmitters bind to the receptors of the postsynaptic cell membrane, open ion channels allowing the entry of ions. It generates action potential in the postsynaptic membrane. Once the impulse has been transferred across the synapse, the enzyme cholinesterase destroys the neurotransmitter and the synapse is ready to receive a new impulse. This is the diagram showing neurotransmitters. Axon terminal, presynaptic membrane, synaptic cleft, postsynaptic membrane, receptors, neurotransmitter, the synaptic vesicles, and of course components of a synaptic complex and transmission of the impulse. This is the detailed diagram of it. Yet another diagram. Here you can see the calcium ions, opening for the calcium ions. Here calcium ion channels are there. They enters as soon as the impulse reaches the postsynaptic terminal. Then the vesicles will dock on the presynaptic membrane. Then they will break, releasing the neurotransmitters into the synaptic cleft. The neurotransmitters are received by the receptors which are present on the postsynaptic membrane. As soon as they reaches the postsynaptic membrane, we can say the nerve impulse is transferred to the adjacent neuron. Now, synaptic delay, a property of nerve fiber. The impulse requires about 0.3 to 0.5 milliseconds to cross a synapse. That time taken is called as a synaptic delay. This time is required to release neurotransmitters from axon terminal and excitation in the dendron of the next neuron. As I have explained, that is the vesicles docks on the docking protein. They breaks and releases the neurotransmitters by exocytosis. The neurotransmitter has to travel down through the synaptic cleft and they are accepted by the receptors on the postsynaptic membrane. This time required is called as the synaptic delay. Then synaptic fatigue. The transmission of nerve impulse across the synapse halts temporarily due to exhaustion of neurotransmitters. Once the neurotransmitters are exhausted, there will be a synaptic fatigue. Now, velocity. The rate of transmission of impulse is higher in long and thick fibers. The velocity of transmission is higher in voluntary fibers, that is 100 to 120 meter per second in human, as opposed to autonomic and involuntary nerves, that is 10 to 20 meter per second. You can see the difference in the velocity of nerve impulse transmission through a voluntary nerve fiber and an involuntary nerve fiber. The transmission of impulse is faster in medullated nerve because of saltatory conduction, which we have already discussed. The conduction of impulse from presynaptic neuron to the postsynaptic neuron is called synaptic transmission. This is one-way process carried out by neurotransmitters. We have some disorders of nervous system coming. First one is psychological disorders. Commonly called mental disorders are a wide range of conditions that affect the mood or behavior. This affects multiple areas of life and creates distress for the person suffering from it. Some of the major categories are intellectual disability, autism spectrum disorder, bipolar disorders, depression, anxiety disorder, attention deficient anxiety disorder, and stress related disorders. All these are psychological issues, but they are considered as disorders of nervous system. Then Parkinson's disease. Degeneration of dopamine producing neurons in the CNS causes this disease. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter. Symptoms develop gradually over the years, which includes tremors, stiffness, difficulty in walking, balance and coordination. Alzheimer's disease. It is the most common type of dementia, loss of memory. The dementia increases with age, showing the loss of cognitive functioning like thinking, remembering, reasoning and behavioral abilities to such an extent that it interferes with the person's daily life and activity. Dementia means loss of memory, and here it increases with age. It affects all the faculties of life like thinking, remembering, reasoning and behavioral abilities. It occurs due to the loss of cholinergic and other neurons in CNS and due to accumulation of amyloid proteins. There is no cure, but treatment slows down the progression of the disease and may improve the quality of life. These are some of the diseases related to the nervous system. Thank you.